YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Warhammer 2. Sorry that you had to go a couple of days without videos. I hate doing that to you, I really do. No, it had just been a crazy, it had been a pretty crazy week or two at work, but I had managed to keep churning out videos almost every day. And then of course we came up on Easter and I invited my parents to come up, so they were here, and then I was doing stuff with the kids, obviously, so it wasn't the best time to record, so that's why I got a couple days behind. If you all celebrate Easter, hope you had a good Easter. If you don't, well, I hope you had a good weekend anyway, and had a good time. But yeah, in any case, it's good for me. Caught a little break, but I'm excited to be back. I wanted to start things off by saying thanks to Golden Lager, however you say it, as a donator on Patreon that made a comment. So he made a pledge to me, and then he said, "Hey, I've been watching your videos for years, love your stuff. Also like that I can stream while the kids are about without fear of exposing them to a miscreant." Well, I kind of am a miscreant, but I won't flood them with bad language, so you're safe here. You're just going to expose them to someone who can't micromanage on a game very well. But no, thank you, Golden Lager, for... I try to keep things friendly. I know that not everybody's in that situation, but yes, I try and make it to where if you're watching, you can watch in front of anybody. That way you never have to stop enjoying. And if you need to superimpose some bad language on top of me, I'll let you do that yourself. And you'll have to tell me how that goes. It could be funny. So in any case, we're going to watch this Greenskins versus Dawi match because I was told that there is some pretty good purple sun in here, and I like me a good purple sun, so I want to say I got inundated with awesome replays. So thank you for the people sending me the emails. Appreciate it. I haven't had a chance to play a battle in a few days, and it's great to be able to, try and jump back in and have a ton of great replays to get started from while I get a chance to go play some of my own battles. So the Greenskin army is up against the Dawi. They've just deployed roundabout and with a bunch of artillery, and this is an annoying but effective way to deal with the dwarves. So you've got several rock lobbers spread all over the battlefield. They're going to be firing from afar. The dwarf cannon will do good, but it's going to take it forever to really do a whole bunch of work. So it looks like right now that's an organ gun. Yeah, the organ gun's firing an Azhag. My bad, organ gun. And then you've got just some mangy marauders, chariots. Looks like a line of night goblin fanatics and skulkers out here with some squigglies. Some squiggly pigglies, wolf riders, and some more night goblin squig hoppers. So this army is going to basically punish the dwarves for trying to go infantry heavy against the greenskins, which I'm not really sure why you would want to do anyway. Runesmith, Lord. Does the Lord have the... No, I don't do the ring anymore, I don't think. It's an interesting pick, the Runesmith and the guns against the greenskins. I think the guns are pretty risky considering all the light cavalry that the greenskins can field. These orc arrow boys aren't going to do a lot to the guns, but then the guns are now going to have to try and keep themselves safe from all of this light cavalry. And the same thing with the artillery. It's going to be getting challenged by wolf riders. So you can see the guns are actually, I think, left to skirmish. These squig hoppers are going to absolutely destroy them. Squig hoppers should be quite good against this type of target on a hit and run. Oh, my purple sun. Holy moly. That was like a dwarf-seeking purple sun. I'm going to go back and we're going to catch that in its entirety because that was too good to miss part of. All right, we're back. Let's watch this thing. So why is purple sun so good against the dwarves? I don't know the exact science behind it, but I think purple sun tends to be effective against units that have a higher mass, and dwarves have a much higher mass because of all the patches that Creative Assembly has done in order to try and get them to stand up to cavalry. And Purple Sun just does immense damage, and you can see that's absolutely the case here, taking basically 2.5 units off the battlefield. Now, of course, the Greenskin player was a little bit lucky here because it went in just the right shape. The Purple Sun doesn't always do that for you, so it's going to be most effective against a blob. So maybe if you ran like the big Ragnarok spider in and dropped it on there, or just like this here, you just get a nice lucky cast. And, I say lucky. It was part luck, part skill, right? He picked a good place to use it, and then the luck did the rest. So, well played by the Greenskin player. That was a brutal purple sun. Absolutely brutal. And I can only imagine at this point that the dwarves are going to be mopped up in a rather merciless finish by the greenskins here. So you got to be careful of this stuff when you pick the dwarves and you go for that rush army, which is I like playing a rush army with the dwarves because I sometimes hate sitting back and skirmishing with them. And the greenskins, this army is made to absolutely punish you for taking that rush army, because then you won't have any answer to all this nonsense. They'll just pick you apart. So these mangy marauders are going to do great. The rock lobbers are doing great. And so like I said, the greenskins just get absolutely munched in this fight. Squighopper's supporting infantry that's already going to do pretty decent for its cost. I mean, at its cost level, these infantry will trade pretty well with iron breakers. Iron breakers are a tough unit regardless. There's some dragonback slayers in here that won't trade great against these. Alright, sorry about that, folks. I had to cut out because I had a call. Figured you wouldn't mind seeing that purple sun again. In any case, yeah. So, poor dwarves. Gonna take a beating. I'm gonna fast forward back to where I was whenever the phone call came. But like I said, I mean, little extra purple sun carnage. Probably not gonna upset anybody except for Thorgrim, who is taking extra notes for the Book of Grudges, and no doubt deciding how he's gonna get these filthy greenskins back for these terrible deeds. These foul deeds from Azhag the Slaughterer. Oh my god, is he gonna do it again? He's gonna do it again. Ouch. This one won't be quite as devastating, but I really like that spirit from Azhag. You just can't purple sun the Dawi enough. They just really enjoy it. So this is gonna end up being a pretty solid destruction of the dwarves. I'm just gonna fast forward. Air, why you fast? Because I have more replays I want to show you, and that was pretty awesome getting to see the purple sun action there. So interesting way to use something a little bit different from Azhag instead of just your typical Buna and Spirit Leech. Part of the reason the Lore of Death is so good is because it's multifaceted. It's like every spell in Lore of Death is good. And some people will be like, why is that? How come that one's so good and the other Lores of Magic have these spells that are like so useless? I don't know, honestly. I think you could make all the spells in every lore useful in their own way, and it would be kind of a cool way to add more depth and strategy to the game because every spell would be useful. So I don't know, I kind of like the fact that every spell in the Lore of Death is useful because good. Otherwise, why do you put it in the game? I don't know, that's my ideas, but yeah, some lore's not so useful comparatively. It seems like every lore has at least one thing that is useful, but some are definitely better than others, and Lore of Death is one of them. Here's another one let's jump into real quick. I stink with the Beastmen. And Mr. Ninja Hun here sent me a Beastman replay, and he is pretty darn good with Beastmen. He's got a ridiculous win percentage with them, and so I figured I would let him represent those of you who need to see some Beastmen action, since I'm incapable of giving it to you properly, which is funny because I'm such a fan of Gorbel, and I just can't do it. So here's one Gorbel, and it looks like Kazrak as well. We got a pretty upgraded version, or a bunch of Gore herds here in the Sentinel. Cold chevrons. This guy's rocking some serious attack and leadership. Over here, the Centaur's going to be running down some gutter runners. That should be a good unit for that. So they're very, very fast, so it'll be hard for the Skaven to slow those down enough to keep them out of combat. And then they're pretty decent in combat against these unarmored units. So two more Centaurs on this flank, some spears. Let's check out the Skaven army. Up the center, Plague Monks. Ooh, that's a pretty nice pick against Beastmen for the most part. They're backed up by some Censer Bearers. There's some Storm Vermin, Plague Priest, Bone Crusher, and another Plague Priest. So Beastmen got their work cut out for them here, that's for sure. There's some really nice anti-infantry elements to the Skaven army. Oh, man. That Lore of Shadows dropping the Pit of Shades right in the middle of the most expensive Skaven infantry, followed up by a rear charge from the Centaurs. Folks, that was just straight gruesome destruction. Oh my goodness. And that was followed up by the Pendulum. There's just nothing left. It is just like a pile of bloody dead rats everywhere. Look at that. That was some incredible carnage on the part of the Beastmen that just absolutely broke the back of this Skaven army. So these Plague Furnaces are going to get some work done, but, I mean, they're only good if they have some infantry to kind of help hold them together. And at this point, I mean, this Skaven army just got absolutely annihilated by the Beastmen front here. That was an extremely well-placed Pit of Shades and follow-up by that Pendulum. You can see that a few of the units of the Skaven still going to hold out pretty strong. Like I said, these Plague Priests, they're going to be hard to break. But if he can kill enough of the other rats that it'll, you know, destroy the leader bar, that should help him get rid of these plague furnaces, because eventually their leadership can fail. There is a Gorbull in here, but wow, Gorbull took a beating in the midst of this fight. That's the Rat Ogre. Is it Bone Breaker? Bone Crusher? Bone Breaker? I can't remember. It's one of the two. Got some more clan rats that were, I believe, summoned into here, maybe? Because they're so untouched. So yeah, just too many beastmen left for the Skaven. That was nice. I mean, that was some incredible destruction through there. Really enjoyed that. So thank you, Ninja Hun, for sharing this one. If you all want to see more battles, Ninja Hun plays online battles almost every day on stream. I enjoy watching his online battles. I subscribe to him over on Twitch. I'm not saying you have to, but I did because I think it's cool to see a Total War presence growing on Twitch. And since I can't provide that Total War presence on Twitch, I like seeing people do it. So if you want to go check it out, feel free to check it out. On Twitch, he's Ninja Hun, just like his name was spelled in the beginning of the battle. So, in any case, there we go. He's going to take home the victory there. Solid victory. Look at that. Bray Shaman, Lord of Shadows. Incredible. 220 kills. That was just gruesome. Well done. Well done going after the most expensive units in the center and then just following it up. I mean, he just absolutely crushed the Plague Monks and the Plague Monk Censer Bearers in the center. And I mean, you look at the amount of spin that went into these 3 units that he just destroyed with the magic. He was able to then just march on through the rest of it. So nicely played. Nicely played. Hope you all enjoyed the battles tonight. I'll be back with more soon. Again, sorry that we were a couple days off, but I think I gave you a fair explanation for that, right? You all won't be missing too many days. Speaking of which, what else can you expect? Some people have been asking me, Air, where's the Total War Arena? Air, where's this campaign? Air, where's the Surviving Mars? Man, I'm just trying to keep up right now. And these online battles are obviously probably one of my main focuses. This is where I go to first. I have been playing a lot of Surviving Mars on my own, but not a ton of people like watching them on my channel. So I am going to show it, but it's not going to be a top priority, right? I've gotten a chance to play it a lot, learned a lot more about it, so I'll probably play it more coming up sometime soon. Probably Katep campaign coming tomorrow. So if you're watching this, look to the next day, Katep campaign, and then we'll start kind of rotating that in with the Karl Franz campaign. When Thrones of Britannia makes it, we'll spend some time playing some campaign on that, maybe some online battles, we'll see. But honestly, it's not getting a lot of good reaction from my viewers. So I don't know, I mean, I like Warhammer better still, personally. I like Thrones of Britannia. It's not bad, but personally I still like Warhammer 2 better. So I'll cover it just so that we have coverage, but I mean, if it doesn't get a good following, it's not something I'm going to be able to show a lot, you know. So and sometimes I can show things that don't get a great following just because I personally enjoy it. And again, I enjoy Thrones of Britannia, but not more than these other games that I'm playing. So I will cover it. If a bunch of people are watching it, absolutely, I'll bring more of it to you. But, you know, at the same time, if it's something like, because even with the pre-release footage, I have videos that aren't getting that many views, and so that's not usually a good sign. Usually when something's pre-release, you'll get a lot of views regardless, and so I don't know, kind of worries me that maybe there may not be as much interest in that when it comes out, but we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I'll cover it. Anyway, that's what's coming up soon. Hope y'all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I will see you all back soon.